The possibility, the opportunity to manage, having played here, having felt the club, to manage this place, this club, these fans, these players, was huge.
Chelsea are considering to fire club icon Frank Lampard as their manager after just a year and a half at the helm due to unsatisfactory results despite spending big in the summer transfer window. Lampard himself played 13 years for the Londoners and helped Chelsea win the Champions League and 3 Premier League titles as a player. In the summer of 2019, he was appointed head coach after earning a good reputation at Derby County. The owner of the West London club, Roman Abramovich, showed great faith in Lampard by bringing him to Stamford Bridge as a manager in place for Maurizio Sarri, who left the Londoners for Juventus. The 61-year-old Italian coach guided Chelsea to 3rd place in the Premier League and clinched the Europa League title, but never really won over the club's fan base with his playing philosophy. Lampard had a good first season at Chelsea as a manager, leading the Londoners to the final of the FA Cup and securing a Champions League berth on the Premier League table. The 42-year-old achieved a top 4 finish despite the club's transfer ban. Chelsea was handed a 2-window transfer ban due to breaching rules on signing young players. However, it was reduced to 1 after the club made an appeal to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. Chelsea had a great run in the cup tournament, having defeated the likes of Liverpool 2-0, Leicester City 1-0 and Man United 3-1 on their way to the final. However, they lost the cup final 2-1 against Arsenal at Wembley. After a satisfactory first season, Roman Abramovich rewarded Lampard with a war chest in the summer as the Blues splashed almost £250 million on new players. But the investment put the manager under enormous pressure to deliver trophies this season with the talent at his disposal. Naturally, such support created a lot of expectation, and many expected the legendary midfielder to come up with the goods and make the team a genuine title contender like Man City or Liverpool.
Yeah, I'm angry because I want us to win games.
The club was able to bring in established players such as Kai Havertz from Bayer Leverkusen for €80 million plus add-ons, Timo Werner from RB Leipzig for €53 million, Ben Chilwell from Leicester for €50 million, Hakim Ziyech from Ajax for €40 million, and goalkeeper Edouard Mendy from Rennes for €24 million. Defence was an issue, and veteran Brazil international Thiago Silva was snapped up on a free transfer. Chelsea made a strong start to the season with only 1 defeat, 2-0 against Liverpool, from the first 11 games. Chelsea remained undefeated for 9 league games in a row between the end of September and the beginning of December, climbed to 3rd place, and after the 11th match day had only 2 points less than then leaders Tottenham Hotspur. The Londoners were leading the league table until December 5th, but the team has been struggling to find their feet since then. They've managed to win only once from their last 5 games, drawing 1 and losing on 3 occasions. The season had actually started well, but Chelsea are struggling to find momentum and are losing touch with the leaders in the Premier League. Currently, the Blues occupy a disappointing 8th spot on the league table. From Chelsea's point of view, the 3-1 defeat against the London City rivals Arsenal on Boxing Day was particularly painful. Lampard was visibly ticked off and made no secret of it when he publicly questioned the attitudes of some of his players. Was it tiredness? No, he said in an interview with the BBC. Did the players lack character against Arsenal? Yes, and they know it too. Some players forget the very basics of football, running and fighting. Lampard wasn't too happy with the team's overall performance and pointed out that Werner wasn't at his best against the Gunners. Today, Timo gave us too little, with and without the ball. Many blame the 2 German national players, Havertz and Werner, for the club's recent dip in form. Werner has not scored for 11 games in a row, while Havertz has not played much due to his illness since the beginning of November. Werner is struggling to find form, having failed to score in his last 11 competitive games. Lampard is using the German on the left wing instead of his preferred position as a central striker in favour of the English national, Tammy Abraham. This could well be one of the reasons the 23-year-old is unable to shine. Chelsea broke the bank in the summer to sign Bayer Leverkusen's offensive talent, Havertz. The 21-year-old scored 12 goals and made 6 assists in 30 appearances during the 19-20 Bundesliga campaign. Through his performances and style of play, he attracted interest from top European clubs. The German international weighed all options before deciding to play for Frank Lampard's team in the Premier League. But since his move, things haven't been going smoothly for him. He's already made 15 appearances this season, but so far he's only scored once and managed 3 assists. Havertz lost his place to England international Mason Mount, who played under Lampard at Derby County in the starting lineup after not living up to his expectations. However, you can expect the youngster to come good eventually once he's able to develop greater understanding of the league and his teammates. Lampard made 6 changes to the squad going into the league encounter against Aston Villa and benched Havertz and Werner after a disappointing game at the Emirates. Chelsea were held to a 1-1 draw, but Lampard looked satisfied with the team's overall performance. The performance was good, I thought we deserved the win. But the latest 3-1 defeat against Man City at Stamford Bridge has put Lampard under a lot of pressure. Pep Guardiola's team wiped the home team off the mat after scoring 3 goals in the first half. This was the first time in the history of the club that they conceded thrice before the interval, and Lampard must be feeling lucky that City didn't score after the break. It was another disappointing night at the Bridge for Werner as the German international injured his left shin while taking a corner against the Citizens. Lampard played Werner in his preferred central position, but the forward couldn't take advantage and failed to record a single shot on target. Much has changed during a month. Lampard has gone from fielding questions about Chelsea's title push this season to dealing with questions about a possible change in management midway through the season.
You even look scared.
That's just my face.
A single win in the last 6 games has pushed Chelsea to the 9th spot on the league table and has placed its manager on the brink of dismissal. Abramovich, the Russian billionaire who bought the club in 2003, is running out of patience after seeing his side struggling under Lampard. Out of the 12 coaches that worked under the Russian billionaire's regime, Lampard has the worst points per game record with an average of 1.67 points per game. None of the previous coaches recorded such a low number, not even Andreas Villas-Boas, who lasted for just 9 months. It leads to a lot of unrest within the club. According to The Athletic, tension has arisen between Lampard and part of the group of players in recent months. The newspaper refers in particular to players who are not playing on a permanent basis. It's not an easy situation, but we have to keep fighting. I myself am the first to keep fighting. I'm not worried about it being sacked. I've predicted difficult times this season. I said that when we beat Leeds United early December, and everyone made us a candidate for the Premier League Championship. I know that. It's not an easy thing. We are aware of our position, said Lampard, as quoted by the Mirror. The pressure will be present constantly when you become a manager, and in difficult moments, you know this will always be there. I was not unaware of this when I received an offer to coach Chelsea, concluded Lampard about his dismissal. According to sources, a split between Lampard and Chelsea seems imminent, especially if he doesn't deliver in the upcoming games. The Blues will take on relegation-threatened Fulham before locking horns with Brendan Rodgers' Leicester City. The bookmakers have highlighted Thomas Tuchel and Massimiliano Allegri as their favourites to take charge at the Bridge. Tuchel has been contacted by a host of top European clubs ever since he got the axe from Paris Saint-Germain, but the 47-year-old could go for a sabbatical and wait out for a better option. Chelsea tried to sign him as their manager a few years ago, but the 47-year-old declined the offer, having left the managerial seat at Borussia Dortmund due to personal reasons. According to reports, he would take this opportunity if Chelsea does come knocking at the door again. Allegri himself is unemployed after leaving Juventus in 2019. The Italian is regarded as one of the best coaches in Italy, and since coaching Juventus from 2014 to 2019, Allegri has won 5 consecutive Scudettos, 4 Coppa Italia titles, and reached the final of the Champions League twice. James has missed the last 2 games with a hamstring problem. Christensen is suffering from a knee injury he sustained in training, while Kante is also ruled out with a minor hamstring issue. Kante is also suspended for the visit to Fulham next Friday after picking up his 5th booking of the season during their home tie against City. Time's running out for Lampard, having already been knocked out by Tottenham in the EFL Cup this season, but the former Aston Villa midfielder can save his job if he can win the FA Cup and help Chelsea progress to the later stages of the European tournament. However, it's quite clear that as things stand, there are serious doubts surrounding the future of Frank Lampard, and the Blues manager would definitely be under a lot of pressure to deliver. The club's ownership has never been too shy when it comes to replacing managers, and even though Lampard has a different status due to his achievements with the club as a player, a few more performances and we might see another managerial change at Stamford Bridge.